Big things going on with virtually all the big players going into these both SVOD and AVOD scenarios, some that are going to be coming up pretty soon, rolling out in the next 12 months. What are some of your thoughts about those opportunities? I mean, it's a dumb question to ask why now, and what the opportunities are around those services, particularly the ad-supported ones.
I think that all these developments are terrific. They speak to one singular goal, which is what we have to do, and that is to put in consumers' hands, at arm's length, at moment's notice, the world-class content that they want. We have a contract with the consumer that says that we have the best content in the world. We're going to give it to them as they want it, when they want it, how they want it, and the platforms and the technology and the enabling and the tech that we need to do that with, we just do. And so whether it's OTT and some of the other new offerings that are coming out, to me the spread of platforms and the ability to touch a consumer at an arm's length, at a moment's notice, with world-class content, that's our contract. That's our contract with the consumer, and we're doing a very good job of fulfilling it at this point.
So what do you say to people who's buyers, for example, who say that your members have too many ads, that the 22-minute ads per hour is too much, that consumers don't want it? What do you think, what's the reaction to the industry, and how might that change?
Well, the thing is, they're all working at the end of the day. Someone can be an observer or be a critic and say something's too much or too little, but the advertisers themselves are the ones who want to continue to use this medium in all its forms, because very simply it works. It drives full funnel outcomes. The reason that there is the multiplicity of ads out there is because of the fact that we have ever more advertisers who want the inventory, and they want the inventory because they've got the data and the analytics that say that there's a bold line between television advertising in all its forms and the outcomes they're looking for. Anything from sales, to driving to website, to all the different types of attributes that have to do with building long-term brand equity, brand loyalty. There's a reason that there is a multiplicity of ads in any given content format. It's because it works.
But consumers are active, and they do have more demands now for relevance. How are your members responding to that? In other words, to have more relevant ads, perhaps have less ads, to have more interactive ads, perhaps?
Well, and again, the more data, the more analytics, the more intelligence we have about different groups of audiences and consumers, the greater ability we have to serve them the right ad at the right time that should be relevant to them. That being said, there is an understanding essentially that world-class content comes as with an ad contract. What we're seeing is that we are putting ever more relevant ads with ever more relevant stimuli in front of properly identified consumers who are taking actions against them. I think that one of the things that folks have learned is that there are some unintended consequences, for example, of micro-targeting, where you have this idea that I have a very specified group and anything else is waste. And what you're finding is that there is a larger group of consumers than that micro-targeting would dictate, and having the ability to not only have that precision targeting, but also be able to drive the kind of scale that you need into retail channels and online channels. The combination of both of those is really what's driving the lift in a lot of American business, the combination of smart targeting and the ability to drive scale at the same time.
And what do you see happening in the next